Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I will continue my Shark Week Tiny Pirates Tiny D6 adventure, The Eye of the Kraken. So Don Diego de Vega has signed up on this beautiful vessel you can see here. It is the Black Sparrow of Captain Juan Sparlos. And we are on a treasure hunt to recover the legendary jewel, the gemstone, the Eye of the Kraken, which is rumored to be as big as a giant fist. And our adventure takes place in the Caribbean Sea in the 1680 in our world with a few pulp elements. And we have set out from Santa Catalina towards Port Royal, because somewhere here there's supposed to be a mysterious island where a pirate ship carrying the Eye of the Kraken supposed to has found its last resting place because it sank. All right, so, and I have determined last time that we have to basically go through 3 encounters, and we already went through one. Couple of sea trolls that attacked us, killed 2 crew members. So we have 13 crew members left, and Carmen, the first mate, Carmen Alvarez, myself, Don Diego, and the captain, Juan Sparlos. And our skeleton crew is 6, so if we lose too many crew members, we can't steer our ship, and the crew morale is at 9, and if this drops to 0, we will also have a mutiny on our hands. So we gotta keep that in mind. And so we continue our voyage. So the ship, it glides through the waves. As you can see, the sun is about to set, and the wind is strong but not too strong. We make good speed, and so the first day of our voyage comes to an end. So there is a shift change. I head into my mattress, my hanging mat, and excuse me. So there's nothing going on at night. And next day, the weather is as nice as it was the day before, and nothing happens until noon. And then in the afternoon, as the shadows grow longer, let's roll for the next encounter. See what happens. It is a 6. All right. So a 6 is, I hope it's translated correctly. It's a lull, which means like suddenly the wind dies and there's no wind, and the ship, it can't move. And depending on how long this goes on, this can have an effect on morale. So it is the afternoon, second or third day, doesn't really matter, and we have made good pace so far. But then suddenly the waves, they die out, the sea is calm, and the sails, which were really thick and had a lot of wind in them, they just basically fold into themselves, and the ship is getting slower, and then we are adrift, and there's almost no wind, and this is a lull. And let's roll a d3 how many days this lull will last. And depending on what I roll, I gotta make some skill checks to keep up morale, so that the morale of the crew does not go down further, because then they're disheartened and everything. So let's see, 1d3 days. Oh, only 1 day. All right. So the wind does not pick up until nightfall. And as it's getting darker and there's still no wind, the sailors, they start whispering. I knew it. I should have never signed up for this. First those strange creatures, and now this. I tell you, this voyage, this expedition is cursed. I bet we will not return either, just like the crew of this ship we're supposed to find. Stay calm. You're an experienced sailor. It's just a lull. It's not like as if you have never encountered one before. No, but it's everything. I mean, those creatures. I've never seen something like that before. Sea devils, demons of the deep. We should convince the captain to turn around. All right, and Don Diego, I take notice of this talk, and my trait is charismatic. So I try to calm those people, and this will be a skill challenge which can easily be adapted into any role-playing system, also Tiny D6. So it'll be a skill challenge to keep up morale, but because the lull will last only for a day. Well, this is OC knowledge. We don't know this yet, but so that there's some difference between what I have rolled, it'll be a relatively easy skill challenge. So I need 3 successes before I get 3 failures. And if I fail at the skill challenge, morale will go down. And it depends. So if I fail, it depends on how many successes I got, how much it goes down. So if I didn't get any successes, it'll go down by 3. If I got 1 success, it'll go down by 2. If I got 2 successes, it'll only go down by 1. And if I pass the challenge, morale won't go down at all. So this is how I'm going to handle this. So I'm using my charismatic trait, and because I am charismatic, I'm getting advantage. And in Tiny D6, you're looking for 5s and 6s. So I try to calm these people. Don't worry, it's just a lull. You will see by tomorrow it'll all be all right. And regarding those creatures, I mean, we did pretty well. They were not demons. They could be killed. They could be hurt. They were bleeding, just like we were. Yeah, maybe you're right. So let's see. First roll. Ooh, it's a success. Second roll. Yeah, see, it's not as bad. Another success. I rolled a 5. And so even if I fail now, morale will only go down by 1. Oh, look at this. All 6s. Critical success even. So no problem whatsoever. So it was just a minor starting panic, but I immediately calmed them down and I encouraged them, and everything is fine. And and we rested, so we're at full hit points again. Right, so, and as if I had known it, by noon on the next day, the wind picks up again and we can continue our voyage. And yeah, as we continue our voyage and everything is back in order, Carmen approaches me and she goes, "Well, that was a good talk you did there. I was listening. You know how to encourage people, how to inspire people. I like that. Couldn't have done it any better. As a matter of fact, I doubt I could have done it at all. But you did well. Thank you. That is good to hear. Yeah, you deserved it. Keep up the good work, and I don't know, maybe if this expedition comes to a successful and fruitful end, you can sign on with us for a little while longer if you'd like." Well, we will see about that. Let's first get this expedition over with, and then we will see. Yeah. All right, so we're traveling for another entire day, and then it is time to roll up the next encounter. All right, so I re-rolled this because that would be the sea trolls again, so no more sea trolls for now. Ooh, all right, so 1. Ooh, this is a nice one, like a scary omen morel one. All right, so it is noon on the next day. Again, we can complain about the weather. And there's a nice breeze and the air is fresh and salty because we are on the open sea. Then the wind, it dies down a little and we slow down a little as suddenly the smell changes. What is this? And the air suddenly smells like decay. Smells like decay, death, rotten meat, blood. And then suddenly there's a thump against the hull of our ship. And then one of the sailors goes, "Look at that! What is that?" And everybody goes to the rail and looks out onto the sea. And there's like a swarm, a school of whales, but they're dead whales. They're dead whale carcasses. So an entire school of whales is floating on the surface, and the flesh is rotten, and it smells of death and decay, and their big chunks of meat are eaten out of these carcasses. And there's movement in the water. And again a thump as one of those dead whales hits our hull. And this movement between those dead whale carcasses are sharks. Huge, giant sharks. Great white sharks that feed in a feeding frenzy on these dead carcasses. And let me change the picture here. All right, so these monstrous creatures, let me check, can you see? They are all over the place. So there's a swarm of sharks and this dead school of whales, and they're chunks of meat and blood. And again, something hits the hull. And now I'm going to roll if one of the crew members goes overboard. 1, 2, 3, he or she goes overboard. I'm lucky. 6. All right, so let's see if it would have been a male or female. So even is always female in my games, no matter what die. It was a female, so a young woman, maybe her first or second voyage. I've talked to her a little. She's not that experienced. She didn't have a secure footing and grip, and as one of these dead whale carcasses hits our hull, she almost went over the railing, but she could catch on or hold on to the rail at the last second. And immediately 2 guys help her and secure her. And this is a really bad omen. And this will reduce morale by 1. And if someone would have gone over, it would have been a disaster, because he would have been or she would have been torn apart and eaten alive by the sharks, which would have been another drop in morale. So yeah, so we slowly make our way through this school of dead whale carcasses and those huge, monstrous white sharks that, I don't know, they look strange, as if they were mutated somehow. There's something odd about these sharks, but I can't really put my finger on it. All right. Whew. So that was the 3rd encounter. So our voyage continues for 2 more days, and then suddenly the lookout calls out, "Land! There's land ahead! Land in sight!" And everybody rushes to the rail and looks, and indeed, in the distance, we see the silhouette of a small island. And in the middle of this island, there seems to be some sort of huge mountain, and out of this mountain, there's steam rising upwards, and there's like a gray cloud over this mountain. And as we get closer, we see that is a volcano that is in the center of the island, and there are jungles around this volcano. And Captain Juan Spalos, he comes out of his captain's quarters, and he goes, "That's it! That must be the island! Set a course for that island! Have sails!" All right, and then everything works just like clockwork. Everybody knows what they got to do, and so we go to have sails. We slow down, and because we suspect, or the captain suspects, that the waters around this island, that they are shallow, more shallow, and then we approach this island. So let me change the scenery here. Alright, so this is, as we get closer, what we see. So there's this quite active volcano, it seems, and it's like a huge volcano with lava spilling out, and there's like a steaming jungle and shallow waters and beaches. And as if I would have guessed that we will encounter an island, I prepared, of course, a map. So this is a little bit cliche, but that's all right. That is the purpose of this adventure. So, of course, this is Skull Island. And those of you who've seen the King Kong movies, the remake of the first one with Jack Black, where they travel to Skull Island, and then the newer one, Skull Island, you probably have an idea of what to expect now. So this is Skull Island, and this island is the island marked on the map that Captain Juan Spalos has, and this is where we set the sail. So this map does not really quite exactly fit the picture, but this is the volcano here. You can see these jungles. So everything that is wood here, or looks as if it was wood, is indeed not wood, but a thick, steaming tropical jungle like a rainforest. And then we got some mountains, swamp, and this is actually like seawater that that flows into the island. So these are like really narrow, like a really narrow bay, and those are like saltwater lakes, and there's a Sweetwater River here that runs from those mountains into the sea. And these, of course, yellow areas here are long and tropical beaches. And where there's no beach, I don't know if you can see it on the map, there's like this rocky cliffside coast where you can't really make landfall, except for if you want to climb up these rocky cliffs. So there are rocky cliffs here, here, here. This is swamp, rocky cliffs here. So basically, if we want to make landfall on this island, we would need to go to one of those beaches. And so we approach from the south because we went this way. So we approach from here, and Captain Juan Spalos orders the crew to set course for this little bay here, these shallow waters, and this is where we will make landfall. And we have a little rowing boat with us, or two little rowing boats to the right and left of our vessel, which was common, so that we can drop our anchor someplace here in the bay and take a rowing boat and make landfall. So this is what the plan is. So this will be the island where the adventure will continue on this island. So we set course for, I don't know, somewhere close here. So 1 square is 6 miles, or 1 hex, excuse me, is 6 miles, the standard scale. And everything that is white is grassland with a few scrubs and bushes. So basically easy terrain that is easy to traverse. All right. So we make landfall, but before we make that, the captain, Juan Spalos, he's got to make a skill challenge now. If he manages to plot the course so that we don't run onto a reef or into ground with our ship and then are basically stranded, which would of course also be not good for morale. So it's an easy skill challenge. All right, so skill challenge to avoid reefs and shallow waters. And it's again a 3-3. 3 successes before 3 failures, and the captain does it. He's using the black dice. He, of course, has mastery or a fitting trait. So he gets to roll 3 dice. This is just a little for flavor. But you never know. I mean, we could get into trouble if we run across a reef now. But there's 1 6, so that is 1 success. And again, second roll. Oh, look at this, another 6. Lucky. All right, third. So with an experienced and keen eye, calm hand, and clear voice and instructions, Captain Juan Carlos so far successfully steers the ship into the shallow waters. This doesn't count, but there's already a 5. So that is also a success. So of course with no problems, Captain Juan Spalos maneuvers the ship safely through shallow waters, and we drop our anchor here close to shore, and then he goes, let's see, we got 13 crew, so he leaves, so the skeleton crew is 6, so he will not leave the skeleton crew on board, so to avoid that they could get away and leave us marooned on the island. So he will leave 3 people on the boat and 10 of the crew, and this is, the crew does not include me, Carmen, and the captain, so it's always then +3, but for purposes of skeleton crew and stuff, we don't count, so it's only like the crew. All right, so 3 crew members stay on board, 10 crew members plus Carmen, me, and the captain. We divide ourselves up and board these rowing boats and head for the shore. This is looking good, the captain goes. My map, it was accurate. So if the island is here that was shown on my map, also the eye of the Kraken will be here. I can feel it, basically. I can feel it. Well, then let's hope that is true, Captain, Carmen goes. All right, so we row and then we make landfall on a beautiful beach on this island. So I said that we are close to the rocky cliffs, so this is basically a fitting picture. So as if I would have known. Look how I prepared these nice little pictures. Okay, so see if we can, so these are those cliffs right here, and we make landfall here, so this is basically what this picture shows. But this is like a coincidence, of course. I don't have a fitting picture for everything, but yeah, I'll do my very best. Yeah, so we make landfall. All right, so the captain goes, make sure to get these boats up on the beach so that if the high tide comes, they are not swept away, and secure them tightly. And then Carmen walks up to the captain. I stay close so that I can or that I can notice what is being said and what's going on. So, Captain, now we are at the island, but how detailed, how accurate is your map? Is this just like an X on the island? Or does it actually tell you where we're supposed to look? But I mean, this island, it looks big, and there's a lot of terrain to cover. I got a pretty good idea. I'm pretty sure. See, and he shows the map of the island. See these little canals that are running through, or these little bays that are running through the island, and they lead into these larger seawater seas. I think we can find the sunken ship on the ground on one of these lakes. Well, then wouldn't it be better to actually take the rowing boat and head up these canals? Well, before I risk the rowing boats, I would like to scout out this area, see with my own eyes, see how suitable it is, how dangerous it is. It's, according to my map, it's not far. It's like, I don't know, maybe like a 2-hour walk along these these rock formations, and then we will reach the canal. All right then. All right, men, put up your gear, pack up your gear, get your stuff. We are heading out for a walk, and 2 men, you stay with the ship and guard the ships, so the rowing boats. All right, so we have 3 on the ship and 2 guarding, so we have 8 crew members plus us. So this is our little group, and we had north along these rocky cliffs to get to here to get a view of this seawater canal that runs through the island. And while we are walking, there will be a random encounter. Let's roll a d12. So I'm not rolling if there will be a random encounter. I have determined there will be one. I'm just rolling to see what it is. To keep the tension up. 9. All right. So we walk through this plain grassland. So it's basically like scrubs and grass with every once in a while thicker bushes, and then we come across a dead animal, a dead deer. And so I'm getting maps out, which is always a good indicator that there's something happening. Let's see, do I have some fitting? Maybe 3, 4, let's see. Yeah, so this is just like this scrub terrain. And let's first see if you can see it all right. Yeah. And to spice things up a little, let's add a little 3-dimensional detail. So a little 3-dimensional detail. So a little hint, I use these wooden building blocks that little kids use. I bought a bunch of them used, like a little bucket full of them, and they're pretty good for little instant terrain to add some like 3D elements to scenery and maps, and you can also use these Jenga blocks to quickly set up walls. And if you want to see this in action, look at my Dungeons and Dragons board game playtest, where I use these blocks, and also, of course, my Dragonbane series, where I make extensive use of these blocks. So the green ones are bushes and scrub, and the yellow ones are larger rocks or rock formations. And then we also have a few trees. Oh, you know what? I'm just using these. So these are tree trunks every once in a while, there's also a tree. So, and we make our way through this area. Let me get some crew members here. So this is the ship captain. This is Captain Juan Sparrow. And let's see where my base is. Get a few bases out. So he walks like this. So this is Juan Sparrow. And then we will have a few pirates. So this is a pirate, this is a pirate, this is a pirate, this is a pirate, this is a pirate. So what did I say? 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. So these are just some Pathfinder pirate pawns. These are from Skulls and Shackles NPC collection. I think this is Game Mastery Guide. I don't know. So a few pirates, and so we are walking around here. All right, let's see how many we got. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, I got 8 right here. A couple more bases. All right. All this for just one little battle, huh? But it's alright. So you should get the idea of like this little pirate group making their way through Skull Island. So just like in the King Kong movie, we are a merry band. So we are not really in order because we're not trained military. So we are basically like a wild bunch. And as suddenly, where is it? Oh yeah. Ooh. This is something that they will not like. Suddenly strange creatures appear. Look, these are scorpion-human hybrid creatures. So with the upper body of humans and the lower body of scorpions with fangs and poison sting. So this is one, and here we have another one. All right, and this is like really creepy now because how they appear. So you gotta imagine like these rock formations, and suddenly across or from behind these rock formations, suddenly you see these scorpion stings emerging, and then just like spiders crawling up into view. These strange creatures, this one comes from behind those trees suddenly appear in our view. And again, we are shocked because we haven't seen something like that ever again, or never before. And this is like a shocking moment on this strange island. These creatures, scorpion creatures. All right, so I'm not going to roll initiative for all these pirates. I will only roll for Don Diego and Carmen and the captain, and then the monsters will act, and then the pirates. Oh, and the monsters depending on how our initiative rolls go. So Carmen is yellow, I'm green, the captain is black. So yeah, these creatures appear and they don't appear friendly. So let's see. All right, so I go before, Carmen goes before, and the captain goes after the monsters. So it is me and Carmen, the monsters, the captain, and then the rest of the crew. All right, let's jot this down here on a little piece of paper because this is like a larger battle. So me, Carmen, monsters, captain, and crew. And these scorpion men, they have 8 HP each, and they deal 1 point of damage, but then you have to pass a safe test, which is a standard test with 2d6, and if you don't pass, you suffer an additional point of damage because of poison. And the crew members, they only have 4 HP. All right, so what the hell is this devilry? I don't know, I've never seen something like that before. Quick! So I go like, form up, form a defensive perimeter, form a circle. So I'm just shouting some orders, and then because I do not want to get up close and personal to these creatures. But I also, so if you've seen the first episode, I'm spell touched. I already used my magic abilities, but so far Carmen has not commented on them. I gotta be careful because of suspicion. So I decide I will first use my black powder pistol. But the thing is, I'm not proficient with it, so I would attack with disadvantage. So this is like a decision here, like a role-playing decision. Should I weaken myself by accepting slimmer odds to not basically expose my abilities? Or because this is basically, this is like a battle with demonic creatures we've never seen before. It's a difficult decision. You know what? I think I should... you know what I will do? I fake it. I take my powder pistol and shoot at the creature, but what I'm really doing in practice, that I'm also casting. So basically my shooting is just a rouse to disguise my casting. I think this is a great idea. All right, so I'm making a magic ranged attack, but I'm combining it with just shooting in the general direction of this creature with the powder pistol. So now I get to make a standard test, please. But I failed, so no success, no damage. So it is as if I would have missed. But I have 2 actions. I try this again, but this time as another rouse, I'm throwing my boot knife, because otherwise I would need an action to reload the black powder pistol. Damn, so I'm throwing my boot knife as a disguise for a magic bolt ranged attack. Again a fail. Alright, so that was me. Now Carmen. Alright, so she has, so I've acted. She also has black powder pistols, and she doesn't have it mastered, but she's proficient with it. Just say, like, she's got like 2 pistols in her belt, so she can shoot twice, but then she needs actions to reload. You know, like in the old days of the black powder pistols, every pirate carried like 2 or 3 guns so that they didn't have to reload. So she shoots. And she hits. And her second attack. And again she hits. So she two-fisted shooter deals 2 damage to this creature number 83, MM83. So MM83 has 2 damage, so from 8 HP down to 6. So I acted, Carmen acted, and now the monsters act. Alright, so this creature is hurt, and now it just crawls down and with his sting, and so this is not an action because it's just like 1 step and he's large, so he's got some reach, so he can still attack. So his sting and also claws, they count as light melee weapons, so they deal 1 damage. And it has 2 actions, but standard test, so no mastery, but first the sting. If the sting hits, Carmen's gotta pass a test against poison. Alright, the sting. And it hits, of course. And she didn't evade, so she needs to pass a standard test. Otherwise, she'll take 2 damage. Damn, this is getting... and she doesn't pass the test, so Carmen, she's at 4 HP. It hurts. And then again an attack, but with claws this time. No poison. And another success. Alright, so we really need to do something here. Alright, the other monster. This monster definitely has to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be like here on this, but it'll be close. And it'll attack also with the sting first. And it's a miss, and now the claws. Thank God. But the claws hit 1 point of damage. But no poison. And the last monster, it moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And second action move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It moves. Can't attack this round. And now the captain. Alright. I gotta do metagaming here now. Otherwise it'll be a TPK. So we gotta concentrate all attacks on one monster and take them down quick 1 by 1 instead of wounding every monster. So the captain, he's gotta use the action and go 1, 2, 3, 4 and also attack. So he's got 1 attack. He has mastered his saber because he's an experienced buccaneer. So he's got 1 attack left. Please. Yes, it's a hit. So this creature is at 5. And now all the pirates. Men, get him. Concentrate on this vile, devilish creature. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy. Right, let's turn them around like this. All those that have acted, because this is like a huge battle, so I better. So, and one action left. They just used the black dice as the captain. No mastery, but standard test. Light melee weapon like a cutlass or rapier, doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, it's a hit. 4 hit points left. Man, we can take it! Thank God there are no attacks of opportunity, so this guy, he moves here with one action and attacks to make room for the other ones. So we all circle and this thing is in the air and darting and parrying, so just for the cinematics, and we attack. So this guy with his rapier, also a hit. Yeah, this could actually work. So this guy, he is basically driven back a little. And now this guy, 1, 2, 3, attack. One action. But the pirates, they only have 4 hit points. And that's a miss. And one action he needed to move. So this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. He moves here, still adjacent because they're large. So he can also attack. But the other ones, they need to attack the other one. Oh yeah, it's a hit. 2. Alright, so this is getting too crowded here now. So let's focus on this guy. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and is able to attack. And it's a hit. So this is, let's see, MM92. MM92 is at 7 HP. Get him! They bleed! They can be wounded! 1, 2, 3. This guy had to move. Second action is attack. Oh, look at this. But no mastery, so no critical hit. But still. Yeah, we can take him! We can take him! So now they're getting confident. But they haven't made... So 1, 2, 3. They haven't made contact with the sting yet. Yes, another hit. 5 HP. And the last one. Yeah, we can take him. And yes, another hit. 4 HP. This is actually going well. Well, for now. Alright, so everybody has acted. So I've just flipped this around. And now we re-roll initiative. And so I only rolled like for the captain, Carmen, and me. All right, so the captain goes before the monsters, but he's the only one. Then the monsters go, and then the rest. So captain and the monsters, and then the rest. All right, so Captain Juan Yalos. Now he is close to the monster and to the wounded one, and he has 2 actions. So he tries to attack, or he attacks 2 times. Not tries to attack, he attacks 2 times. Let's see if he causes damage. Yes, that is 1 hit. And let's see, it's 1 hit point left, the other one. Yes, so the captain, he cuts off the sting with his saber and thrusts it in its body and take it off the map. It's too crowded. This one monster is done for. But now it's the monster's turn. All right, so let's see. I got 5 points of damage, and oh, he has acted. I need to flip him around. He has acted. And let's see this creature. It'll attack me with the sting. And then with the claws. Ah, lucky. Sting misses, claws. Claws hit. See, this is also in this game, you can take an action also to evade, which allows you to roll with disadvantage to avoid the damage. But then, of course, you trade one attack. And if you have a weapon mastered and you attack with 3d6, you have, I think it's like a 75% chance to hit. So you really got to make a decision if you rather take this pretty safe additional point of damage, or if you want to trade it for a 1/3 chance of avoiding damage. So this can be tricky. All right, so there, this monster has acted. Can't move because it attacked twice. The other monster that is also wounded, sting attack at this pirate. Sting attack. Oh, that is a hit. 1 point of damage. Pirate needs to pass a save test. Doesn't. So 2 points of damage on this pirate. That is GMG 79. So GMG 79. 2 points of damage. Ugh. So it's at 2. Because and now that was only the first attack, and now the second attack with the claws. No poison, but the claws. And another hit. Ugh. So he's at 1 hit point. Or is it a she? Hard to tell from the pawn. All right, so 1 hit point. So wounded. It hurts. It's poisonous. I can't move. Ugh. All right, so now it is the last, or the rest of us. All right, I will start up here because maybe we can down this creature. So this pirate just makes 2 attacks. First attack hits. Second attack hits. All right, so this monster is at 2 hit points. Let's see, this is MM92, right? Yeah. And he has acted. Now the other pirate. Yeah, let's get him. Teamwork. He also slashes at the creature with the saber. Miss. Second attack. Yes, a hit. Both successes, but no mastery, no critical hit. All right, so, and now this pirate. Hits. Yeah, and this takes this creature out. Yeah, we did it! All right. And now this creature, it'll flee. So it would be, all of those would still be able to go, but this is at full health and I don't want to. So he is fast because of its large size and legs. So the creature hisses and then it moves backwards and guarding its retreat with the claws and the fang and the sting, and then it disappears into bushes and cracks. Damn. But now, because this guy's at 1 hit point and poisoned, and I don't really want to do the bookkeeping. I make another safe test. If I fail, this guy dies. But I pass. Damn, would have. All right, so. But Carmen is at 3 HP, I'm at 4 HP, and we have one guy in pretty bad shape. All right, everybody, let's take a short rest, take a good look at these creatures, and catch our breath, adjust our gear, and then we'll make a plan how to proceed. All right. Damn, what is this? All right, men, gather up. All right, and they're gathering up, and I will end this second session here after this strange fight with these strange creatures. All right, so I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And there will be another video up tomorrow, because during Shark Week, as long as this adventure is not finished, I will be uploading one video a day, because a video a day keeps the doctor away and also draws in the viewers. So yeah, thank you for joining, and those of you that are new to the channel because of Shark Week, welcome. Stay a while. I hope you like what you see here. I got a huge backlog that you can watch to your heart's content, so please do so. And I will see you in the next video, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.